Why is One Punch Man so popular? Many people judge the story of the current Shounen series, which featured a battle of physical strength, and defeating each other is the key, easiest. How to make a manga series popular. That's why these decades, a lot of similar manga popping up. For example, Dragon Ball series, Naruto and One Piece. To this day, like Shounen battle manga, dubbed by the term, and it can be said, Dragon Ball is the standard layout of this genre. Yeah, spectacular scene, explosion, and epic fight. It is always expected for everyone, and audience expectation is the key to practice, or not a work. But if we're talking about a series titled One Punch Man, have you guys ever thought that this series has undermined all those standards? Instead of making an epic fight that stirs the hidden spirit for anyone watching it, One Punch Man actually make a scene, the fight, seem really boring. But this series can sell very well among his fans. What happened? We can explain it with some points. The first is hope and expectations. More and more manga and anime concepts have emerged, which carries the genre, mainstream battle. It gives its own benefits to the series. People who are used to watching series Dragon Ball or One Piece must have understood and memorized once with certain scenes that are characteristic of, from the manga, genre Shounen the fight. For example, such as heroic fight scenes usually last a really long and revealed an awesome explosion scene. It seems to be a mandatory thing in the fight scene Shounen series, thus making the audience and readers as if to be memorized by the pattern. And in this One Punch Man series, all those expectations completely collapsed with just one scene. That is the scene where Saitama, as a main character in this anime, delivers one punch only to the enemies of his enemies. Yeah, it all came crashing down with just one punch from a Saitama as MC in this anime. This is what makes the series. This instantly earned a place in the hearts of the fans. One's foresight as the original creator of the series, in looking at the market, may also be his own personal unrest. As a fan of the manga, where too many absurd things in the battle manga series makes One Punch Man bring fresh air and looks fresh. For fans of Shounen manga, who may also have unrest and the same saturation. Yes, hope and expectation. These two keywords are what make One Punch Man become popular. Instead of giving a heroic fight fantasy and full of drama, gives us a reality that is not always as expected. But that's the point of difference. As if destroying the main standard of the concept, Shounen story, and even the manga anime industry itself, where manga and anime have their own characteristics. That is, energy-oriented, hyperbole, and also dramatic. Dan Saitama, who beat the enemy with a single punch. It undermines all those standards. But we ask again, a standard that was created, possible, yes, for sure, is because it's been proven. That thing is interesting to the readers as well as the audience, right? Then if that standard is broken, then the automated story won't be interesting. Yeah, just like Saitama, who's interested in the premise of the story. A hero was able to defeat his enemy with a single punch. Not very interesting, is it? Why is this One Punch Man series so interesting? Yes, if the premise is just a hero was able to defeat his enemy with a single blow, it certainly won't be interesting for the audience or readers. of this series, but if the premise is added to the story, Saitama frustrated, because he always beats his opponent with one hit, plus, because he also became a superhero, with reason and purpose is to channel hobbies. And one more main spice is that he tries hard to gain the thrill of fighting that he longed for. It's these points that make this story really creates a significant difference, and very interesting. Plus more in this story, Saitama was told as an unrecognized hero, and also unpopular. Add another case. The main character as a goal that he had to finish. The story offered by One, as the creator of this anime, where it features a frustrated Saitama character, because he was too strong, and so he did not feel any challenge or test. Because he can defeat the enemy of his enemy with great ease. This is very much in line with Islamic teachings. Yeah, by watching this anime, I understand why God gave me a test, his servant, as evidence. How much God loves his servants. As we know that God's test is sometimes very heavy. How can God give his love for exams? But after we watch this anime and look in the mirror to Saitama, who is not given a test at all, so that all things seem easy to him, it makes him frustrated, made him depressed, and I feel like I have no purpose in life anymore. He lost the spirit in his heart. And it's even more dangerous. He lost the feeling and emotion in his soul. Yeah, that's why it's so logical. If God gives love, and her love, to his servant, in the form of a test of life. In addition to the teachings of Islam in the storyline One Punch Man, the story of One as the author, the creator of this manga, in his struggle to popularize the series, to me is also pretty cool and heroic, as well as, of course, also very much in accordance with the teachings of Islam, where, as we know, that at the beginning of its appearance, in the form of web indie comics, image from this comic really didn't live up to expectations, and can be said to be very far away from other manga illustration standard, but One did not give up. He kept trying and updating the comic such a way, despite all its limitations. Yes, indeed, the effort does not betray the results. His comic is popular online, thus attracting the attention of one of the big mangaka in Japan to work together. Yeah, what is going through One with his success and not giving up? Despite all its limitations, he always consistently works. This is in accordance with teachings of Islam that teach us to always rise up and be consistent in everything. In Islam, we know him in the term istiqamah. Yes, even if referring to the history of the discovery of Zamzam water, the second wife of Abraham, exiled to Mecca, which is called Hajar, where Ismail, the two of them were invited to Mecca, crying because of thirst, and because in the area there is absolutely no water source. What we do is find water back and forth 7 times, from one mountain to another. This is the minimum indicator of failure in the teachings of Islam, where if we try, despite failing, even if it's up to, he failed the 7th time, that's the minimal indicator. Failure in Islam. Islam teaches us not to give up, and always trying to get up. Plus, Islam teaches us to always be istiqamah, the key to success in life. In the teachings of Islam, like what One showed in his story, when he succeeded in presenting the series, one of the most popular series in anime industry, and also Japanese manga, This can be said to be very appropriate and what is shown and practiced directly by one, as shown by one, in his story, when he succeeded in presenting the series, became one of the most popular series in the anime industry, and also Japanese manga. He has applied Islamic teachings about terms and also minimal indicators, failure, that should be made standard in the teachings of Islam, where we can't give up and keep trying as much as possible in reaching what we want and what we aspire to. And Islam also always teaches us to always be consistent, alias in the teachings of Islam, also called istiqamah. Okay, maybe that's all our discussion today about Islamic teachings in anime, and the reason why One Punch Man can be popular among anime fans, and also manga, especially fans of manga and anime in the Shounen battle manga genre, may be useful to you guys. And don't forget to also like, subscribe, and if any suggestions and criticism, you can put in the comment section below. And don't forget to join the Igagology forum. End word. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Insha'Allah, we will meet again in the next video.